All right, everybody. So welcome to the wrap up. So you've completed the 10 days, and so now what? We're gonna talk about it. I know a lot of you are muted. Dr. Bernetta is here unmuted, and so let's just talk about the 10 days and why you embarked on this journey. And it was designed to flood your body with nutrients. And first of all, you were backing out of certain things that didn't serve you, the gluten, the dairy. I have some breaking news about coffee going forward. We're going to take that out of the guidelines. Yeah. So sugar stays out and dairy stays out, but the coffee we know gives people sometimes a headache when they don't have it. So the good news is if you like coffee, we're going to put that back in the shred, because we actually find that whether you have coffee or not doesn't necessarily change your results. It's the dairy and the sugar and the gluten and all of that that really has a significant impact. So that is good news. But why you did that is for whatever reason you started it for 10 days. You did it for 10 days, hopefully successfully. Maybe you had some bumps in the road, but it was designed to show you what can happen in your body in 10 days. So toward the end or some time during this, I'd love to hear if you're willing to share some of your experience with it, your challenges with it, pros and cons and successes and all of that. But now that the 10 days are over, here are the options that you have. You can keep going meaning it worked for you. You don't want to put in gluten, you don't want to do dairy, you want to keep going with the guidelines. Now I know that the holidays are coming, so can you keep going or not? I'm not sure, but that is the option, to just keep on soldiering through. Option number two is keep going, kind of, right? You say, I'm going to keep going with the guidelines, but maybe I'm going to have a piece of toast here and there. Maybe I might put a little creamer in my coffee, play around with the guidelines, but you feel good and you don't want to go right back to the way you were. The third option is you're like, to heck with all of these guidelines and all of this shredding and everything. I'm just going to be who I used to be. And we hope that's not the path that you take, but you could. Our desire, the shred leaders and those that are doing the shred, is to really inspire you. Look at that 10 days and know what's happening and then know what's possible. Take some of the guidelines into the future and then commit to shredding with us every month. I want to be clear on a couple of things. Those of you who have taken the plant powders, so you're doing the shred and you're taking the Juice Plus plant powders in a chewable or a capsule, don't stop that. You have them for 4 months. They're designed to last you for 4 months, taking them daily, because that is your micronutrition, and we want to keep that in your body, because again, you just started for 10 days, but that nutrition, it takes about 4 months for your cells to change, for you to change at a cellular level. So don't stop that. Now your shakes, that's up to you, right? You have 60 servings. You can decide, I'm going to hoard these shakes and keep them until we shred again. You might decide, I like these shakes and I'm going to keep on taking them every day, which is what I do. I keep the shakes every day because it's easy, it's convenient, it keeps me full, and it works. So I just become a part of my meal and my food. So you can play around with how you want to do that. But most importantly, continue to take your plant powders seriously. You need to keep them in your body consistently, because that's where the magic happens. A couple of other things before I open it up and kind of have a discussion with all of you, but how to use the meal plan. So now that the shred is over, the guidelines are looser. You have the meal plan, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, but I hope you do, talk to your shred leader, but you can use that meal plan. So let's say for breakfast, you want scrambled eggs and a piece of toast. You don't have to do your smoothie. You can look at the meal plan and make some choices from there. The meal plan is designed to be balanced, carb-wise, fat-wise, protein-wise, and all of those things. In January, for those of you that are returning, we will release a new version of that nutrition plan for all of our shredders. And as it relates to January, we are going to kick off Shred twice. So we usually do it the second Monday of the month, but nobody wants to wait a whole, we like want to jump into January in 2020, the new decade, like, so we're going to start on January the 6th, Monday. And those of you who are, for whatever reason, January 6th is your birthday, or you get married on that day, you don't want to start on the first of the year, then you can join in on the 13th, which would be the second Monday. So we're going to keep the second Monday, but we're going to add in the first Monday. And so for those of you who are extra, you can keep on shredding through, right? So you start with us on the 6th, and you keep on going till it's 19, 20 days if you want to. So that's what I wanted to let you know. And we encourage you to bring your friends, your family, your coworkers with you this time, because it's something powerful about knowing that the people in your circle are doing this too. Because if you're doing it and the people in your circle are eating hot chicken wings and French fries, it's very tempting for you to join in with them versus them joining in with you. So bring them along, because it's good for us, and it's a good thing to do. And then lastly, before we just have some open discussion, is December 30th at noon is your deadline to renew if you're running out of protein, if you need a renew of your capsules. I recommend that you get that ordered in by December 30th, because January 31st, the Juice Plus company is closed down. And then January 1st, there's a price increase on the protein and the capsule. So if you get your order in prior to, you will stay on the 2019 pricing, at least for that next 4-month cycle. So if you're thinking about having your friends join in with you, then have them again place and get their products prior to the first of the year, so that they keep that pricing. All of y'all have different shred leaders. They know how to do that for you. Okay, so now, I know there's quite a few of you on there muted and hiding and all of that. So what I want to do is ask you what questions you have, and comment and or how you felt this time. So don't be shy. And if you are shy, you're welcome to type in the chat. But I'd love to hear from some of you out there, just some feedback. Was it great? Did it suck? What did you think? We want to know, real deal, truth, how it went for you. And I can't call anybody by name because I don't know who I see.
Okay, so this is Dr. Burnett. I'll jump out there.
Okay.
For me, the shred was hard. It was a hard shred.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't expecting that. So I was like, shoot. But I did really good with my sleep. So it's so funny how I know, that was my thing. My sleep was my thing, because, I'm just always like off my sleep pattern. But this time I slept better, and I woke up like every day earlier and earlier. So I could tell my energy levels are shifting to some degree, but ooh and wee. So like today, like normally when I'm at the end of the shred, I'm cool. Today I was like, okay, I'm gonna eat me something. Something's getting it today. So it's kind of rough, but
yeah.
So it's like some different results and stuff like that. Yeah.
I gotta say this time, this shred for me, I intermittent fasted with the shred the first time, and my sleep was so different. I have a shirt that's called Nap Queen, and I haven't been able to wear it the past 10 days because I am not I like my naps, but I'll just lay there and only do 30 minutes, and I'm way more energetic, y'all. And I've been shredding for a minute. So I put the intermittent fasting in there, and honey, it's working for me. It doesn't work for everybody, but it works for me. Okay, so I love the next person to share. Share.
Hey, Robin, I'll jump in real quick here.
Awesome.
I was gonna say I too had a really rough month. I'll be honest. It was probably one of the tougher shreds for me. But I kind of shared with some of my shredders. It was tough because it's December, and everywhere you go, there's treats galore, and it is hard to say no. But I'm so glad that I did it this month, because if I wasn't doing it right now, I would have eaten all the foods, right? You know? And so even if I went to a party, filled half my plate with fruits and vegetables, and maybe had a little dip with cheese in it, that's still a huge win than going and eating all the cakes and cookies. And so while it was hard, it still kept me on track. So I was grateful that we did it right before Christmas. So
what you said was so powerful, because you're right. Because we had the shred, even though it was maybe not perfect and it was hard for everybody, we knew what we were doing. And if we said, I'm going to have a little bit of the cheese dip because I know I'm shredding, but I won't do as much. I'm just going to do a little. I'm going to do it. Nobody knows. Shh. But I'm not going to do as much. And that is what it was. We knew, we had some guidelines on us, and we just didn't want to blow it. But it was very difficult with, the cookies and the treats and the pies chasing us. So you are absolutely right. And that is why it's powerful to do it. Because even if you're not doing it perfectly, you're doing it. And you're doing it. You're conscious of it. Thank you so much for that. All right. Next shredder, willing to share. Oh, come on, quiet folk. We got a lot of looky lures and quiet folks. Let me see if I can. Karen, are you willing to hop on? And
you're gonna call me out, left coast.
I'm gonna call you out because I know who you are.
Okay, so I did shred this time. What was different is my church has been doing a 21-day Advent fast.
Okay.
So from December 1 until, today's day, 19? I'll tell you what the shred, though, and basically, we could eat food, but with that fast, 0 added sugar, 0 added salt. The only liquids to drink would be water, and obviously plenty of fruit and veg. Praise God for our complete shakes.
Oh.
That was just, literally a godsend for me. It's the only tasty meal I have had for now 19 days.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, because, you can't, you try other seasonings on your food, and I'm not a heavy salt user.
Wow.
But, it's like, oh, great, another bland meal. Oh, a bland salad. Oh, bland. It's bland for bland.
Okay.
But I so looked forward to the shakes. And for me, I didn't feel as physically strong. I'm a regular exerciser, for about the first maybe, 3 or 4 days. But then I'm telling you, with 1 to 2 shakes a day, it's been really, really manageable.
Good.
And Robin, something that you said before, and I didn't do this when I was doing a second shake a day, I was not doing it with water. I was using my almond milk. And so I have transitioned to water in my shakes at night, and it's good.
Yeah.
So that was some new learning for me.
And the reason why I went to water, I was just trying to do something new, and I found that water actually works. Like, I didn't need, because I have the banana and I just put water in it, and because I'm needing more water, it just worked out. And right now, because I'm doing intermittent fasting, I only get in 1 shake because I only get in 3 meals. So just out of FYI to everybody, my first meal is my shake, but it doesn't happen until around 10 or 11 o'clock. My second meal today, it was kind of, actually today I'm not on the shred, so I can tell you what I had, but I actually had I had some tater tots and an avocado. But, and then for dinner, I just had some green beans and a boiled egg. My food, and I had a brownie too, bitch. So digress. But on Wednesday, I was behaving well, but I still only have my shake in the morning, and I have like vegetables, or I had a grilled chicken and vegetables. So I still am on point, but I only do 3 meals with the intermittent fasting, and it just is better for me. Okay, so let's see. Anybody else willing to volunteer to come on and share? You don't, and you can just do by your voice, because if you don't want to do video, you could just unmute, and then we could just hear you, and that's okay. All right, let's see. Elsa, are you willing to share?
Hi, yes.
Hi, Elsa.
Hi.
Hi.
I have everything going on here. Let me move out of the room. I was just going to say that, yes, it was definitely a harder shred, and it was not a perfect shred.
Right.
But just to echo what somebody else said, sorry, I don't know if you can hear me.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, good. That I was so glad that I was doing it, because even though it wasn't perfect, it was so much better.
You kind of fading out. Like, we can hear you, but it's not loud. Are you away from the mic?
I am. I have a Bluetooth thing.
Okay. Okay.
It was better to do the shred through these last few weeks.
Yeah.
Because it just keeps me focused.
Right.
And conscious of all the food that's in front of me.
Yeah.
And all the options for dinner. And for the most part, I feed my family what I make for myself. They have the option to grab something else, something that is a gluten toast or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Sorry.
Are you able to speak a little bit louder, just a tad?
I am. Okay, can you hear me better?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. But yeah, I would forget the shake some days because I was so busy.
Mm-hmm.
But when I did get it, I just felt so much less bloat, and I wasn't hungry. By dinner, I would have to okay, I have to remember to eat something. It fills me up, and it just kind of just satisfies for a good long time. And I do intermittent fast, not perfectly, because the nights get late and busy. We have teens, but having that window of time, knowing that, okay, I ate late, so I'm gonna make sure that I wait a good 12 hours to eat, or 16 hours to eat my first meal. I wasn't hungry. I don't usually get hungry in the morning, so it was really nice to just get back on track and do the shred, and knowing that, checking in every now and then, see what other people are doing, and looking at other food options instead of, oh, it's the holidays, let's make scalloped potatoes and let's have baked potatoes for dinner. Let's do, soup and sandwiches. I could do soup. I just, didn't do sandwich, or we had a gluten-free bread, if we really needed something with that. So yeah, I would say the cheese is hard for us, but definitely doable, and we just didn't eat that much of it.
That's wonderful. The consensus is the shred during December is the best thing to do. Don't be afraid of it. We know that it's not going to be perfect, but it's the best thing to do, to not do too much. Thank you so
100%.
much. Thank you so much. And then Eve, are you willing to share anything? Maybe not.
There.
Yes. Hi.
I'm new to the group. This is my first shred.
Yay! Well, we really want to hear from you.
I did a lot better than I thought I would. Went to 2 Christmas parties and was able to resist all the dessert tables.
Yes, you.
And I'm glad to see Terry, because I hadn't ever seen her before. Hi, Terry. But anyway, I'm going to continue. I don't know if I will, do a continuous shred, but I'm going to go on vacation for 5 weeks. And so I ordered enough to take with me to Aruba. So I suffered a lot with stomach bloating and just discomfort. And I was telling Terry I didn't have one evening of stomach bloat the whole time I was on it.
Oh, okay. You used to suffer with it, and now
Yes.
during this, yes.
Which this is the reason I decided to try it, because
Bless you.
I'm just so tired of having stomach aches all the time. And I
Yes.
didn't have one evening with a stomach ache this
Ain't
whole
that
10 days.
something?
Yeah.
You know, for selfish reasons, I do this just so I can hear you. I don't know you, but your story, because
Yeah.
it's so inspiring. And it's like sometimes for us, we want people to just know the power of the shred, but sometimes they don't believe us or they think we're crazy.
Yeah.
And so for you to say that, my heart is so warm.
Yeah.
And I continue. I don't want to cut you short, but I just wanted to just say that.
Well, we have some friends that we eat out with about every week, and I was telling one of them about my experience, and I said, I don't know if it's if the benefit is because of what I'm putting in my body or what I'm not putting in my body, but whichever it is, it's working.
It's both. It's definitely both. Speaking to with just bloating, a lot of it comes from the gluten and the dairy, because our digestive system doesn't always know how to deal with it. And then so being able to remove certain things and then flood the body with what it's nutritionally missing, that combination is really, really powerful. So that is awesome. And it's good that you're going on vacation, you have your shakes, and so maybe you might miss, sounds like you might miss the kickoff of January, sounds like maybe.
Yeah, I won't be here for the January shred, but maybe I can do it from there.
Yeah, I mean, you're on vacation, so you can play around with that. But we'll always, and we hope that are you taking the capsules too?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, you have what you need in terms of flooding your body with the micronutrition, and that's really powerful for your digestive system. So you'll be okay with it. And it's just, being that it's your first time, literally congratulations. Like, this is such a great experience. And people hear shred and they think, oh, 10 pounds. And it's not. It's 10 days of just this wonderful journey. And then afterwards, that's when you can say, oh, wow, I noticed that, I didn't have a stomach ache or what have you. So that is wonderful. Thank you so very much for allowing me to call on you.
Well, thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you. And then let's see here. Rung for Women. I don't know. That's the name that's on the Rung for Women. Are you willing to share? I don't know your name. It just says Rung for Women. Maybe not. Okay. And then we have a phone number. I don't want to call out your phone number because maybe somebody might just call you, but you're a 702 number, 702 ending in 5998. Are you willing to unmute and just share a little bit? Maybe? All right. We won't pick on anybody else. So.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can.
I'm the 702 number. My name is Jackie. How are you doing?
Hi, Jackie.
Hi, this is the first time that I did the shred, and so I enjoyed it. It worked for me. There was a couple of days that I was a little bit hungry, but I think it was because I didn't kind of time the snacks right. So when I changed up that kind of schedule and did it, it worked well for me. And I haven't had any temptations because I haven't really been to any Christmas parties or anything. So there was just one day when I went to a meeting and they were having 4-course meals with lots of desserts and all that. And I just chose I ate before I went and then had like just the appetizers of the vegetables and that type of thing. And then when they started to do the desserts, I just came on home. So it worked for me. I enjoyed it, and I'll do it in January.
Awesome. You sound like Victoria. Are you related to her, or do you know her?
Yes, I'm related to her. I'm her aunt.
Oh, because you like literally sound like her. I'm like, are you pretending? Isn't that Victoria? Oh, that's so funny. That is so funny.
We all did it. Her two aunts and her mom and Victoria, we all did it. So
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to the 702. I'm actually from Vegas. I don't live there, but that's where I grew up. So whoop, whoop to Vegas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, we try to keep the calls or the connects to 30 minutes as much as we can. And again, mark your calendar for January 6th if you want to just jump right in. So you're free, quote unquote, now. And also to take note of if you indulge, if your body is telling you, nah, you shouldn't have. Like what your body is saying to you now that the shred is over. And we know that after the holiday is officially over, you definitely going to want to jump back in because you're going to maybe feel like, oh, okay, it's time. So we're excited about that. Congratulations. We did something that most people won't do because December is the least active shred, right? And January will be the most active shred. So everybody was like, I'm not going to shred. I'm going to skip this month. But you all did it. So I applaud you for being on. We have lots of shredders, but not everybody can come. And then we also have an East Coast shred meeting where some East Coasters come on. And I think Karen is staying up late tonight because she's on the East Coast, I think. So
Midwest.
Where are you? Are you
Midwest?
Midwest.
Yeah, Midwest, St. Louis.
St. Louis. It's cold over there.
It is.
So anybody want any last minute comments or questions or anything? And then Dr. Bernetta, Terry, any of you, did anything y'all want to chime in or I missed or anything before we wrap up?
Well, I just want to talk, was it Eve? That just thank you for sharing. Just everybody, thank you for sharing this, Dr. Bernetta. I wanted to throw in that I do the intermittent fasting as well. And so I'm really just liking that. I'm really liking it. And I'm proud of all of us on the line for just, sticking in there. And, things don't have to be 100% perfect to be a blessing. So this really was a blessing. Yeah. And so congrats. You should just pat yourself on the back, every one of you.
Yeah. And I tell you,
I'm ecstatic.
Some shreds are better than others. Some of them you're going to do them and you're like, I was the number one shredder. And then sometimes you're like, I was the 10th shredder. I was the 99th shredder on the list. Like I was bad. So it's just, but doing it every month, you're doing it and you're doing it. So, and my last parting comment is just know that from a cellular level, this is so powerful. And if you're looking at what's going on in our society with all the illness and diseases, we have to armor ourselves so that we can fight, if you will. And this is not about losing weight because that's a side effect. But you hear people talking about they feel better, they're less bloated, their stomach doesn't hurt. We love that because that's what it's about. And so the society is all about the diets and the weight loss, but nobody's talking about flooding your body with nutrients so you can thrive and eat to live. That's where we are. We're at that level. We're like, look, let's build ourselves up so we feel good and we'll look good on the outside by focusing in on the inside. So blessings to all of you. Have a wonderful holiday season. We will kick this off again. You'll hear from your shred leader. Let's say January 2nd, we'll open the group back up and they'll have the new menu updates for you. And we're gonna slide into a new decade. So blessings to all of you and take care. Bye.
Thanks, Robin. Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays.